Let's visit the 90s all over again. Put on those hammer pants. This is Dope Nostalgia.
Hey everybody, I'm Rick Campanelli and you're listening to the Dope Nostalgia Podcast.
Isn't that so amazing? Rick the Temp doing a ID for Dope Nostalgia. Just love it. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening to us. And this is episode 184. With friends this week, we're going to be talking about the legendary supergroup Boyz II Men. Corella Cummings, DJ Diamond, she is one of my special guests, as well as, you know, Dope Nostalgia's regular friend, Kendra. Kendra Clausen Hunt will also be here on this episode. So before we get into it, the usual, we're going to give you a little bit of background information now on Boyz II Men.
Wikipedia moment.
Boyz II Men is a legendary R&B vocal group that has been captivating audiences worldwide for over 3 decades. Comprising of Nathan Morris, Wanya Morris, and Sean Stockman, the group has sold over 60 million albums, making them one of the most successful groups in music history. The story of Boyz II Men begins in Philadelphia, where Nathan Morris and Mark Nelson started singing together in high school. They later formed a group with Wanya Morris and Sean Stockman, and together they began performing at local talent shows and events. After being discovered by New Edition's Michael Bivins, Boyz II Men signed their first record deal and released their debut album, Coolie High Harmony, in 1991. Coolie High Harmony was a critical and commercial success, featuring the chart-topping hit End of the Road. The song stayed at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart for 13 weeks, breaking the record previously held by Elvis Presley. The album went on to sell over 10 million copies worldwide, earning Boyz II Men 3 Grammy Awards and establishing them as one of the most promising groups in R&B. Boyz II Men's follow-up album, 2, was released in 1994 and was an even bigger success. The album featured hit singles such as I'll Make Love to You, On Bended Knee, and Water Runs Dry, all of which topped the charts and became classics of the R&B genre. 2 went on to sell over 12 million copies in the United States alone, making it one of the best-selling albums of all time. In addition to their music career, Boyz II Men has also made their mark on the entertainment industry with appearances in films and television shows. They have appeared in movies such as Lethal Weapon 4 and Soul Men, and have made guest appearances on television shows such as How I Met Your Mother and Scrubs. They also had their own successful Las Vegas residency at the Mirage Hotel and Casino, where they performed to sold-out audiences for several years. Beyond their music and entertainment careers, Boyz II Men has also used their platform to give back to their community. In 2000, they established the Boyz II Men House, a mentoring program for at-risk youth in their hometown of Philadelphia. The program provides a safe and nurturing environment for young people to receive academic support, mentoring, and guidance to help them reach their full potential. Over the years, Boyz II Men has been honored with numerous accolades, including 4 Grammy Awards and a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. They have also been inducted into the Vocal Group Hall of Fame and the R&B Music Hall of Fame. Their enduring legacy has inspired countless artists and continues to captivate audiences of all ages and backgrounds. With their incredible talent and timeless hits, Boyz II Men remains one of the most beloved and influential groups in music history. Their music continues to inspire and entertain audiences worldwide, and their legacy will undoubtedly continue to influence generations to come. Please welcome my special guests today on the show, Corella Cummings and Kendra Clausen Hunt. All right. Hey, it's another episode of Dope Nostalgia here with our longtime regular Kendra. Kenny G's in the house.
Hello.
And we got a new guest today. Our friend Corella is here. Hi, Corella.
Hello.
Corella is a singer, a performer. She does anthem singing for both the Oilers and the Elks. And she's a DJ as well. So tell everybody about all this cool stuff you do.
You said it. You said it.
I just wanted you to elaborate. Oh, That's
I do some anthem singing. I do some DJing. This summer's been extremely busy. It's been amazing.
Mhm.
I do some singing. I've released some music in like the Caribbean. Um, I should have stayed in the Caribbean singing on resorts because I was living the life.
Oh yeah.
But I came back to Edmonton to be a chemist, and yeah, and here I
you
am.
are. Well, I'm glad you're here because that way we got to meet you. So
Yeah,
yay. And learn
yeah,
all about you. Where can we find your music online? Can we find some of your singles and whatnot?
yeah. Spotify. I pay for all the apps. They should be on everything.
They
And
better be paying for it.
yeah, I pay for it.
Every,
um,
we all do.
I think it's on Tidal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Think so. Apple Music, all of them. All of them.
Cool.
And your DJ name is DJ Diamond, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I put it like it's two different people. So like this, if I had eyelashes on, would be Corella, but like this would be DJ Diamond. It has to be like mostly the white glasses, as long as it goes with the outfit. But I try to do an outfit that goes with white.
Sweet. Okay, so
Yeah.
this is an audio podcast. She's wearing really cool white glasses when she's
Oh,
DJ
it's
Diamond.
audio. Okay.
Did you go? Did you? I was gonna say, please tell me we never get ready for the show.
No, but I didn't get ready really. I was like,
Okay.
it was either this or nudity.
Nudity.
So,
I have done the
Clothes
show without pants
optional.
on. I have done the show without pants on. I'm not gonna lie. It's happened. You never know. Today I'm wearing pants
They don't
just
see
to make you feel better. Okay.
Well,
Unless you do the YouTube stuff.
Just don't get
The
up.
YouTube. The YouTube. Yeah, just look it up.
The YouTube, the Facebooks. Yeah. But I'm happy to have you here. And Kendra, JD and Kendra, their duo is like getting a lot of gigs lately too. They're playing all around Edmonton.
Oh
Ooh.
man, it's been insane. Even outside of Edmonton, we just did our first music festival a couple weekends ago. Out at Pembina River Nights, and yeah, we've been playing like every weekend. It's been fun. It's been crazy. That's the most we played ever. We used to play like 2 shows a year, and now we're like we played 3 shows in 1 week, like last week.
And you can even go and see a movie and see JD and Kendra. Sometimes they're playing at the Cineplex.
Yes, this is true. In the VIP lounge. Everybody, that's always like it's always fun when people are asking about that one because they're like, where the hell do you play in a movie theater? Are you in the theater? Are you in the lobby? Like, is it like busking? I'm like, no, it's in the actual lounge.
I literally pictured busking when people tell me they play at the movie theater, that they're just standing there while people are getting their popcorn.
How awkward would that be? Like, just staring people down while they're getting their popcorn.
No shit. No,
I don't
no,
wanna
but
do
it's not
that,
like
though.
that. They have a nice lounge there. I haven't seen this lounge yet, but
It's pretty nice.
cool,
I was surprised.
cool. In the States, they don't have Cineplex, do they? I think they have like AMC or something as their movie theater. It's probably
yeah.
cooler than our theater, but who knows?
they still got Magic Johnson theaters. I don't know if that still a thing.
I wouldn't. I bet he does own theaters. He owns a lot of like restaurants and stuff.
Oh, okay. I know he had theaters. I just don't know if they're still.
He's a
Back
real
in the-
entrepreneur.
He's definitely, yeah.
Wait, I'm thinking of Shaq too. Shaq has restaurants and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I swear that's like everybody goes into either like the booze or restaurant business when they're a celebrity.
Oh yeah, you can make yourself a tequila or a wine,
Yeah.
I would.
buy a vineyard.
That's what Pink and Brandy Carlisle both do. It's wine.
Really. I
Mhm.
would do a rum, definitely.
Ooh,
Strongest rum
Oh.
ever.
there's not a
Oh,
lot of celebrity rum.
I remember that you
Maybe.
like rum. I remember being at KWC and you feeding me some of that stuff.
That stuff. What
It was
kind of
strong.
rum?
It was strong. I remember that.
What kind of
Yeah.
rum do you like the most, Corella?
The rum from Trinidad is called Punchin. There's another one that's stronger, but I can't handle it. It's from St. Vincent and it's like 85% proof. of like turpentine and but in St. Vincent they drink
Sugar.
it like water. Normal people cannot.
Turpentine and sugar, delicious.
At the
Well, it
level
just
of dr-
With Pepsi.
the level of drunkenness that we were last night, we might have drank it.
don't kill me.
Yeah, it hit me hard. Well, we went to Heritage Days first. I took 2 13-year-olds to Heritage Days, which was interesting because on the car ride home, my niece wanted me to connect her phone. Can we listen to her tunes? I said, okay, sure. She starts playing stuff like Kendrick Lamar, and the words in the songs were like, I was like, holy crap! Why are you allowed to listen to this? And she's like, I've got worse lyrics. Do you want to hear them?
As long as it's not Sexy Red, then
I have no idea what.
you don't know who Sexy Red is.
No, but she's probably played that too. Who knows?
It's horrible. It's horrible. Like, I know we used to listen to some vulgar music back in the day, but I found it was tasteful. But
We had tasteful vulgarity in our day.
Right?
this girl is like telling me, like, I don't know why I need to know what color this girl's booty hole is. It's unnecessary.
Oh,
It's so unnecessary.
There was so much talk about pussy in this song that
Yeah.
we were listening to. And
see,
I'm like, but then I'm like, okay, 13. When we were 13, we knew a lot of stuff too.
I didn't.
oh, there was so much that went over my head when I was like 12, 13. Like, but the thing is back, like, this is such pointed music where it's just like, spelling it out completely. Whereas back in the day, like, there was more innuendo stuff, I think, a little bit. Mind you, like,
Now it's blunt, like
one
dirty.
of my favorite songs to listen to when I was 12 was Too Close by Next, and I'm like, the first line
Innuendo.
of that is like, I wonder if she could tell I'm hard right now. I didn't fucking get that when I was 12. I also turned out to be a lesbian,
too?
so I wasn't really like thinking in that mindset.
That's the first
So,
line in the song, I think. That's the first thing he says.
literally
Wonder
the
if she
first
can
thing
tell
he
I'm
says.
hard right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I didn't realize I was singing about those types of guys who try to grind on girls at the club. They're all gross. Like, fuck off, dudes.
Well, fuck, the other line in that song is I feel a poke coming through on you.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Uh,
That could be
definitely
your
didn't
cell
catch-
phone, your pager.
it's your
probably
two-way.
back then it was a pager for sure.
It was a pager, yeah. But I didn't get it. I didn't understand. I think I was 16 when that came out.
Yeah,
I just still didn't get it.
yeah. Things went over our head, and that's a great thing. But you know what? We like to listen to a lot of wholesome music, like the band we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
Good old wholesome Boyz II Men.
Yeah,
Yes,
my boys.
and I feel like we all have our own way that we discovered them. Of course, I heard them for the first time. Do you remember? We'll start with Kendra. The first time you heard Boyz II Men, and what song it was?
Yeah, like, of course, like back in the day, I can't really remember like a specific time that, like, I remember the main ones like End of the Road and I'll Make Love to You, but like when I actually like listened to them and kind of delved in, I was about 12, and it was actually from a compilation album that I had, like one of those ones where I had like different artists on it, and I bought the album because Hanson was on it.
Don't kill me. Was it like that Much Music mix?
It was called Hit Zone 4. Hit
Sounds
Zone
about right,
4. Yeah. So I had like Hanson and Robin and Mace. Mace was on it. And then that I actually didn't know like the Boyz II Men song that was on it. It was 4 Seasons of Love, but then I ended up listening to it, and I was like
4 Seasons of Loneliness, maybe?
Loneliness, yeah.
Loneliness, not love, but 4 Seasons of Loneliness, and I was like, I really like this song. I ended up listening to that song, I think, more than even the ones I had got it for, and I was like, I didn't even know this song. But yeah, that was when I started kind of delving into their music a little bit more.
What about you, Corella?
Well, because I knew New Edition, and it was Mikey Bivins that brought them in. So Motown Philly was my lead in because he had brought a bunch of groups out, and I'm just obsessed with Belle Biv DeVoe, New Edition, Bobby Brown, Ralph Tresvant. I'm like the whole squad. And then they brought out these four guys. Now, I was still kind of young when they came out, but Motown Philly was the lead in, and then they made End of the Road. But where I was like absolutely obsessed was when they brought out Two. And me and my friend ran to the store. We went to HMV, got Two, and like I read it from end to end. Every producer, I was obsessed with that CD.
Don't you miss doing that? Waiting for that album to
Yes.
drop and then just getting to the record store and holding it in your hands and just the liner notes and everything. I miss that experience.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. Oh, it was
It's
beautiful.
not the same with
experience.
streaming.
No, it's not, because like I could go whenever I please. Like somebody released a song the other day and I was like, I don't care. I'll get it like when I please.
Yeah.
I could listen all the time. But like when it was to run to HMV, no, I really thought that R&B was something in my life, but in Canada, nothing. So me and my friend ran to HMV, or no, it wasn't HMV. It's that big store on the south side.
A&B Sound?
A&B Sound, yes. And we really thought that those were going to be sold out. Stacks of them.
It was a big release.
It was a big release, but not, I mean, this is not Canadian or Albertan music, let's say. In Toronto, it's probably rammed out, but in Alberta, I'm pretty
fucking
sure.
hillbillies here.
Yeah, like the Core Blunt CD was probably the hottest thing at that time, but like, like, yeah, we were
Billy Ray
wondering like why
Cyrus.
Boyz II Men. Yeah. But the thing is too, like HMV and West Edmonton will only bring like one or two of those. So like if the other black girl went, we couldn't get one, right? So,
Wow.
that's really what it was. They started only bringing like two of them, like, you know.
It was hard, hey? Hard to find the stuff you wanted. Unless you get it specially ordered sometimes too, some things.
Yeah, like things that were popular, I found. Like
Hey,
The
you know
Color
what
of Love, their next CD, I couldn't get here.
Really? That was their third album?
I think that was the third one. No, the fourth one, sorry.
Okay.
There was
like
the 4 Seasons of Loneliness one I got, but the next one I couldn't get.
I know, okay, because we were speaking about like the whole New Edition family. And I think I had trouble finding Another Bad Creations tape.
Oh, you can't.
I wanted that one. I did get it, but I can't remember how I got it. I might have had to get it through like Columbia House or something.
Yes.
Because I had it. I just loved those boys. That was a great group too. Aisha is my jam. Love it.
I had a link at Sam the Record Man, so I got that. I got like Step by Step single. I got like yeah, with like all the
You
remakes.
said the special word to her.
Yeah, Step by Step. Yeah.
Does it smell like Jordan when you open the container?
Oh, my friend got it for me. He worked at Sam the Record Man. He got it for me for my birthday, and I just, oh man, I felt like a princess with that one. And he got me Another Bad Creation.
I would have been so jealous. Yeah.
I probably still have those because I never throw away anything.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I don't have any of my, well, no, not many of my cassettes, and I've only kept a few CDs. I decided to let things go, but except it's the stuff that was really, really like important, you know. But
yeah, I think I
was just running out of
some
room.
cassettes actually, like in here somewhere.
I was running out of room and stuff, you know, and I figured those cassettes would just turn to dust, just fall apart. Who knows?
Well, someone's gonna pay me big money for mine. I hope, because I'm paying like lots of storage for to hold junk. So
it's special junk. It's your junk.
It's special junk.
Boyz II Men formed in Philadelphia in school. How much do you guys know about their background story?
If I'm not mistaken, there was a fifth member.
Wasn't there several different members?
According to Wikipedia, there were some other dudes by the names of Mark Nelson.
Yeah. Yes.
George Baldy.
Michael Grimaldi. Okay, because originally the group was called Unique Attraction in '85.
That's interesting. I didn't know
And
that.
and the only member who was from Boyz II Men now was Nathan. Nathan Morris was in Unique Attraction, and then yeah, there's all these other dudes. Then they got Wanya to come. Is it, how do you pronounce his name? Is it Wanya or Wanye?
Wanye.
Wanye, but it's
Yeah.
spelled with an A at the end with an what is that mark called on top
A
of it?
ticky mark.
A ticky mark, yeah, on top of the A. Yeah, okay, so then he was in the school choir there, and they went to the Philadelphia High School for Creative and Performing Arts, which they sing about in Motown Philly. They tell their whole story. We don't even really need to go over it because that song is their story.
Mm-hmm.
That's smart. Do a song
Yeah.
where you just tell everybody and now they should know. If you're a real fan, you should know.
What was I watching? There was a documentary on Netflix about Boyz II Men, and they said this was one of the first debut singles that ever came out where they're telling their story like they're already famous or something. Like
Oh,
they're just
serious?
talking about like how they are already established and this is who we are kind of thing. And that really hadn't been done before.
It's an interesting gimmick when you think about it because, like, you know, then people are probably like, well, who are these guys? Obviously, they must have been around for a while. How do I not know about them? Right. Like,
That kind
but
of puts you right in the eyes of everybody to be like, oh, okay, cool. This is Boyz II Men.
yeah,
Where they came from.
I should have just known this.
But it was the original four that were actually the ones that ended up being Boyz II Men. And the name of the group comes from the New Edition song because they were huge fans of New Edition,
Mm-hmm.
which you would know. Yeah. So they snuck into a concert put on by their local radio station to try to meet Will Smith backstage and perform for him. But they ended up passing or crossing paths with Michael Bivins instead.
Well, that's like a fateful moment if I've ever heard one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
thank God for that.
Very much so. Oh.
That's
Yeah,
crazy. Like back in the day too, like, you know, that's what people did with like waited outside or like, you know, tried to get into a concert so that they could meet people. I'm like, there's so much security now with like concerts and shit. I don't think you could even get away with that now.
there's no sneaking backstage anymore.
Give them your tape. I always had my tape. I always had a tape ready. I
Good.
always had a tape.
This is my demo. I hope you like it. I tried to give a CD to I gave one to Chad Kroger once. I'm like, this is my demo. Because he was starting 604 Records with his lawyer or whatever. They just started a record company. And then I was like, here you go. But yeah, he never called.
No, that reminds me of that part in the movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Have you seen that one? Where like he gives his demo to Russell Brand and he's like, "Did you listen to my demo?" And he's like, no, because I just didn't want to." I'm like, how accurate do you think that is in real life when people do that?
They probably never listened to anything people give
Probably
them.
not.
Oh, I can imagine because like even as a DJ, like I play at local clubs in Edmonton and pubs, and you're
Mhm.
handing me a song for me to play. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna play it because I know it's probably trash, but I'm not
Yeah.
even. No, my computer doesn't have the internet. It's all kind of. I shouldn't even say this. It's all kind of excuses.
But then they like probably just think that you're going to just throw it into your show and it's going to be amazing.
Well,
Is that what they're thinking?
yeah, like I'm gonna play it and like everybody's gonna be like, "Whoa, who is that man? Let's sign him." Like somebody's somebody's gonna be in there. Like Diane Warren's gonna be like, "Wow, that's the voice." Clive
Yeah,
Davis.
because you know she hangs out in Edmonton all the time.
I'm saying, right? Like, why are you like? I get it. Like, you want your song to get out there, and probably DJs are it. I
Mhm.
haven't played my own song very much, so like, except for it, like Rosario's the other day, but but like, why would I haven't played my stuff? Why am I playing yours? If it's good, I might listen to it, and if I know you, I might. But I
Yeah.
could imagine being bombarded by people, this is my CD, this is my tape, I'm so good.
This is the reality of it. Maybe 5% of what they get might be possibly good. 95% of it's going to be trash, right? So, yeah, why waste their time? I get it. But that's why they went backstage and they sang Can You Stand the Rain for Bivens. That's cool. That's so cool. It worked.
That's such a cool like origin story, you know. You always like kind of wonder how people made it into the industry. Like that's a pretty, I think, top story for making it.
You know, it's actually the Color Me Bad story was similar because they went backstage to a Bon Jovi concert, or they met John Bon Jovi somewhere, and they just sang for him, and then he Color Me Bad, yeah, he liked them. I was like, Bon Jovi, really? But yeah,
You're like, I love him more now.
I didn't see that coming.
Wow. Yeah, neither did I.
Yeah, so it's kind of similar.
Hey baby, I'm sorry. I never meant to hurt you. Please don't go.
Slowly, my eyes begin to see that I'm needing you and with me at all times. Yeah, my feelings are so deep for you that I won't let go, oh, no, of you. I can't let this love, and I can turn it around, and only then. Please don't go away from me. When you call my name, I'll reach out my hand to you, to my heart. Please don't go away from me. We can work it out, whatever it may be, girl. Please don't
These guys ended up becoming huge hit makers. They have some of the biggest or longest amount of number ones on the Billboard Top 100 of all time. Like, it's insane how long. Like, I think that was it End of the Road that was 13 weeks at number one, and then they replaced themselves at number one with their next single.
I think they replaced it with, wasn't it One Sweet Day?
Might have been. That one was also one of the biggest number ones of all time too. Most
It's
weeks at number one.
Anything with Mariah, anyways.
So
if
I'll
I
Make
could
Love
just
to
get her.
You then broke that record by spending 14 weeks at number one.
Oh yes, I'll Make Love to You. Yes.
On Bended Knee replaced I'll Make Love to You at number one, making them only the third act ever to replace themselves at number one on the Billboard chart after Elvis and the Beatles.
That's crazy when you think about it. They're like, I'll just, keep going and outdo everybody.
I did love when they've joined forces with Mariah, that song. But I started to get bored of that song after a while because it really was overkilled.
It's a
It was
great
at
song.
all the
though.
funerals. It is a great song. It's
Very
a great
good.
song.
One Sweet Day. I love Mariah too.
I
You know,
was,
I saw Mariah here when she was here opening for Lionel Richie a few years back. First of all, I'm like, she's opening for Lionel? She's Mariah. What the hell, right? And then they didn't even give her a video screen. She was just, I was up in the nosebleeds and she was this tiny little ant on stage. And I'm like, this is unreasonable. This is Mariah. She deserves more. I was angry.
I'm
whoever
surprised she
planned
even
that
did that
tour
tour.
should be fired.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
shocked she even did that tour. I like Mariah doesn't seem like the tour person anyways. She
Mhm.
seems like the, call me when it's $1 million, I'll step out kind of
Ah.
girl to me.
Mhm.
But maybe things were tight. All I want for Christmas wasn't all I ain't for Christmasing so much.
Oh.
So maybe she just needed
That-
a little.
she's gonna be just fine with just that song. She could stop
I was
doing
gonna say
everything.
she's making bank like every year. That's like the key to making it in that industry, I think, is to make one good Christmas song and you're good forever.
Yeah,
They'll
but
get
she was like
played
the
every year.
last. She was like the last great Christmas song. Like, who has
Mhm.
the next one?
No one. I don't think there's been any pop Christmas song
Nobody's
that's
been
been
able
written
to
since that
dethrone the queen.
stuck around. Not really. That is hard to do. Even Boyz
Yeah.
II Men have some good Christmas songs. I like their Christmas album. I think they have 2 Christmas albums now. Christmas Interpretations came out in 1993. And I
Yeah.
think they put out another one in like 2020 or something like that.
Christmas interpret that Silent Night. I could listen to that all day. All day. And I had a girl group at the time. So I learned all their parts, everybody's parts, including bass man,
Ooh.
on all their songs. Just so because like even we did my group did a performance in Calgary and we learned 4 Seasons of Loneliness. Nobody knew the song. Except for
That was
Kendra.
one I knew when I was 12.
Yeah, except for Kendra.
I
But
would
yeah,
have been there.
we loved them, like, man, obsessed.
But like
Obsessed.
I think that anybody who's like a singer that likes doing harmonies probably loved a lot of their music for that reason, because their ability to harmonize and like sing all the parts that they do is incredible. You could see like even in like the boy band era how much they were influenced by them. Like so much so I was listening to some Boyz II Men music to kind of get ready for this podcast, and the one song End of the Road, I'm like, Backstreet Boys, I swear to God, like ripped off this like melody line very similarly in what the hell,
I'll Never Break Your Heart.
I'll Never Break Your Heart.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even down to the talking part.
Yeah.
I was like,
girl, you know I love you.
AJ tried so hard to be Wanye. He tried.
it was Kevin that did the low
That did the
voice.
part, but then AJ in the end tried to do like all the ad libs.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, homie, it's just not Wanye. Like, I get it. You're doing great. But we just heard Wanye
try.
sing and you ain't,
Wanye
You're
is one of the
close.
best R&B singers I've ever heard. Like,
Oh, he's
his
amazing.
runs are very, very fucking tight. Like, he's good.
He's
Yeah.
amazing. And what's even more amazing is that he has kids. I think it's 6 kids, now 7.
Woo!
But like 4 boys named Wanye. And they
Why?
all what are you? If I sounded like Wanye, everybody's gonna be called Corella.
I've
Corella
heard
1,
you sing
2,
your one.
Corella 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. I don't know who's having these people, but
That's a little funny.
but his
Woo.
kids are like amazing. Like there's one that looks just like him, that sings just like him, but all of them have those runs. His girls have those runs. It's like that voice
It's in the
channeled.
genes.
It's in the genes. He did well. Like his kids now have a single out and they're trying to make their way, and they're doing it separate from him, which I'm really happy about, because you could just ride on daddy's coattails. But
It's
they-
always honorable when they do that, I think.
yeah, I think so. And not to say that they don't have connections and stuff like that, but like just to see them doing their little thing on Instagram and stuff, and they sound just like him, and I'm obsessed. So
Are they recording their own stuff?
yeah, they signed with Mary J. Blige.
Mm-hmm.
And they just released their new album and their new single, sorry. And they're touring that right now. They're going on summer tour. That Bow Wow tour, if I'm not mistaken.
The Bow Wow tour. Okay.
Yeah. Remember
Cool.
Bow Wow had like that summer tour. Remember when him and Sierra did the thing? The little fake relationship. I will never.
I didn't know. I didn't
Yeah, they had like a
know.
little tour, and I think they're continuing that tour with like younger art, like Tiffany, like it's like the Tiffany tours when Tiffany
Sweet.
did malls.
We met Tiffany at Evo.
Yeah. She
Wow.
came to
Serious?
play at Evo. Yeah, she came to sing to some tracks at Evo one night
Really?
before the pandemic. I think it was like 4 years ago.
Oh,
It was
Oh.
pretty cool. We had like a little meet and greet. She signed my album. It was great.
Oh, yeah. I wish I had that one song.
Mhm.
I'd be coming to Evo to sign off things too. But yeah, they're going on some little summer tour, like yeah, back in the days when they did mall tours, something similar like that.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm 100% a Wanye fan. That's my boy.
Have you seen them live? Have you gone
Boyz
to a
II Men?
Boyz II Men show? Yes.
Yeah, when they came to Edmonton, they did what was it before it was Rexall? Coliseum?
It's always just been like the Coliseum. That was like
Yeah.
a bunch of other shit.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I'll
sat in
just still called
section,
it the Coliseum.
sat in section 110. Still remember
Yeah.
that. I probably
I
still
s-
have the ticket.
I saw them there in 95 on the 2 tour.
Yes.
And Montel
Yeah.
Jordan opened for them.
I don't even think I cared
Nice.
about him.
No, and he did about a half-hour set, and he started the set with "This Is How We Do It," and he ended the set with "This Is How We Do It," and it was like maybe 2 other songs in the middle.
I mean, because like I mean, he only had "This Is How We Do It," something for the honeys.
Yeah, that one they
I
did.
don't-
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't even think at the time he had the other one. At the time, but I mean, good for him.
it was great. I liked the guy; he was talented. I just thought it was funny that he just sang. I've never seen anyone do the same song twice in a show.
Serious?
you?
If you only have like one big hit, no, and this is what I've been
Right.
like. I've noticed.
Mhm.
If you only
It-
have one big hit, you do that twice.
And it was a big hit. Like that song still gets played. That song still is
Right.
popular. So
Yeah, yeah. If I
it's
drop
probably
that,
popular. Probably
yeah, if I
popular
drop that
because
in a wedding,
he's played it twice.
the
If he'd
impact.
only played it once, it wouldn't have been the same. You're right.
Well, you know, especially if you're an opener, you got to play it twice because, you know, some people might be late. They might not hear it. They don't want to disappoint. So
Mhm.
Everybody was in the lineup for
they were in the
beer and
lineup.
merch.
So
You gotta play it
finish
again.
off with it. You know, you make everybody happy. It's good.
But the thing is, you're sitting there and you're like, this guy sings "This Is How We Do It." So like he's
Mhm.
gonna go off singing other things, and you're gonna be sitting there saying, "Doesn't this guy sing This Is How We Do It? Why doesn't he just sing This Is How We Do It?" And then he's saying This Is
And
How We
again.
Do It again, and you're like, "Oh!" And you
So-
probably put your hands up same way and said, "This is how we do it."
You totally did. You did it the same way.
You did it twice.
Boyz II Men, all I like, it was a good show, but the only like part that stands out in my memory is that they were throwing roses out into the crowd. The guys were throwing roses out.
I think they
You
still
remember
do
that?
that. I've heard they do that in Vegas.
Aww.
Color Me Bad did that in Edmonton like last week.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you see the part?
But if you want
No,
to
you-
call it Color
you-
Me Bad, I don't know.
you were going to get
Mark
beer. You
Calderon
missed
and
it.
friends.
Well, yeah. Do you think that they were actually even singing the backup dancers?
I don't think so. They're not
'Cause I'm
that
like,
necessary. That's
I'm
just
like,
to
they
keep
were-
him from being alone on stage.
Don't
There was
they're
like one
dancing pretty
original
hard.
member.
Yeah.
That's it. One original member, Mark, the one that everyone said looked like George Michael. That guy.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Everybody else is gone.
what did he even sing?
I don't remember him singing many leads at all because Brian Abrams did most of the leads in Color
Yeah.
Me Bad. He was the strongest singer in the group, I think.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, here's a
Yeah.
question. Okay, so you've seen them live more than once then, Corella?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Kendra, have you seen them live?
I've
Boyz II
never
Men
seen
yet?
them, no.
Okay, so when End of the Road came out, it wasn't on an album, right? It was on the soundtrack to Boomerang, the movie,
Yeah.
right? And which song do you think is bigger or better, End of the Road or I'll Make Love to You?
Ooh.
Because those are the two power ballads that really killed it. Like they slayed in the 90s. from
Yeah,
Boyz
they're
II Men.
both so big.
Which one's better?
For me, it's End of the Road.
Yeah.
I couldn't sing I'll Make Love to You out loud. So it didn't have much impact. And then after I'll Make Love to You came On Bended Knee, and that just killed anything for me. So On Bended Knee killed it. And then they came out with Water Runs Dry. And I was like, my God.
They're both amazing. I like those two songs better than the first two,
Me too. Me too.
actually. What
Me
about you,
too.
Kendra? If you had to pick.
Out of those two, I actually think I would agree with End of the Road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Any particular reason why?
I'm not, I'm just like, because I'm thinking, I'm like, it's a tough question because they're both really good. And I'm like, back in the
Uh-huh.
day, I knew I'll Make Love to You first. And so I'm like, would that one be the bigger one? Because that's the one that was more well known to me, or would it be End of the Road? But personally, I think just vocally, I like End of the Road, like the melody line better than I'll Make Love to You.
Mm.
So I think it's more
Yeah.
of just a preference.
End of the Road is my preference that way too, melody wise. Melody wise, 100%.
I think too, back in those days, movie soundtracks were so, like, when I think about movies, like I think about like all like the movies, the soundtrack immediately comes to my mind. And I have so
Mhm.
many movie soundtracks, but like Boomerang was a huge movie. So yeah. And then when you think about that, there's this one Tony Braxton and Babyface song that's on that album too. That
Ooh.
I will play at any old school event. My friend just commented, she's like, "You play this anywhere, won't you?" I sure will. That album to me was lit. And so like, you know, End of the Road, of course, you know, for the homies. But no, that's, I'm sorry, not that one. Yeah, it was
Give You
for
My Heart, Babyface
Give
featuring
You
Tony
My Heart.
Braxton.
That song is huge for me.
Mm,
That's a
that
big
is
song.
good. I also
I don't
liked
think I've ever heard that one.
I also liked PM Dawn's I'd Die Without You.
Yes.
That was a good song too with that.
I think is there another Tony Braxton? Because I think that's when they tried to bring her out because she was supposed to just. I think that song was actually for Anita Baker,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. But
Well,
that's when
she's featured on two other songs on there. Love Should Have Brought You Home.
yeah.
And a song called Reversal of a Dog that's performed by Damian Dame, Highland Place Mobsters, TLC, and Tony Braxton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they brought her out. They brought her out around that time.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad.
Yeah,
she was cool.
I just remember the impact of that movie and like that soundtrack. And if you're on that soundtrack, that was lit.
But that's the thing back in the day, like movies and soundtracks, like it was a big thing to be a part of, like the soundtrack in the 90s, because there's so many. We did a episode on 90s soundtracks actually not too long ago.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
like,
that one went on and on. Because there's a lot to unpack there, right?
yeah,
Like you're saying, it was a big deal.
yeah.
that's probably why movies ain't hitting right now. Like I mean, if I had a kid, I'd probably run to Barbie. But like, what's like I'm supposed like the Nicki Minaj song is supposed to like invoke me to get there. I mean, you know, when you heard "Kiss from a Rose," it's like you run into Batman. But
Oh, and
Yeah.
that entire album was so great. Like it was better than the movie.
Yeah, and if you were lucky enough to be picked to be on one of these albums, like this is how they can get, like this is how you could elevate your career. That's how Boyz II Men, Tony Braxton, and those people got like elevated immediately. Because you go to that song, even there was a song with Beyonce and Mark Nelson, who they say is the other member. I thought it was Brian McKnight, but there was a guy that they said was in the group and then he ducked out, but I guess it's Mark Nelson. But he actually ended up on a soundtrack and did a song with Beyonce that people were using in their weddings left and right.
Really?
I can't remember what year that was. But yeah, he did a song with Beyonce. It's absolutely beautiful. It's called After All Is Said and Done. And I never heard from him again. But I know the name Mark Nelson because of that soundtrack.
So Mark Nelson goes from obscurity because he leaves Boyz II Men before they hit it, and then he gets to sing with Beyonce?
Yeah, on the Best Man album. And the Best Man movie to me was like the movie for that year. I think it was 1999, but that soundtrack was in my car right through because it had hit after hit after hit after hit. Even like Waiting to Exhale, you're sitting there and you're like, oh man, these artists now come to life because of this movie soundtrack. It's just, man, I wish they would
Oh,
do that again because you don't even know who
it's
the hell's
true.
singing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and then you get like some music that you don't even like care about because it's just either background noise, you know. Um it's not even worth it. But back in the day, like the soundtracks were just as big as the movies themselves.
That's what I'm saying, and it's just because I don't care to watch a movie. I haven't cared to watch a movie in a long time. Like, there's no emotion brought out in me with these movies anymore. It doesn't seem, especially since I know I could just go sit down in my front of my TV and watch it. But what's the motivation to go to a movie theater?
Well, they're so expensive now too, right?
That's the next part.
Yeah.
I'd like to say
That's
that
the
my
next-
pants are still on, but but the buttons, it's open because I gotta let my stomach out. Okay,
Don't kill me.
important for our listeners.
Hey, it's all about comfort on Dope Nostalgia.
Yeah, and class.
Glass.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Dope Nostalgia listeners, I love you and I thank you so much for being a part of this show and its success over the last 2 years. We have what's called Patreon for those who want to support the show financially. For as little as $1 a month, you can become a subscriber and get bonus content, early podcast release, all kinds of cool behind-the-scenes stuff, and more. There's different tiers of membership starting at only $1 a month. And we even have some special merch for you guys who are in it for the long run. So please join our Patreon. It's at www.patreon.com/dope nostalgia.
Oh, hi, it's Zach Peter, your new favorite pop culture guru, serving you the hottest tea 3 times a week. From the latest news on The Real Housewives, deep dives into celebrity legal scandals, unfiltered combos with your favorite stars, and of course, the latest from Vanderpump Land, I've got you covered. And new episodes of the podcast are now available in video on Spotify. And they don't just let anybody do video, but this Platinum Blonde has won them over. So if you want the latest news from the ultimate tea-spilling professional, tune in to No Filter with Zach Peter. That's No Filter with Zach Peter on your favorite podcast app now.
Hello, I'm holiday icon Johnny Mathis, here to tell the tale of a Christmas classic that's about to get even classic-ier.
Ho, 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 yeah, girl. 'Twas the Jordan night before Christmas. All gifts are in store. 'Cause Old Navy is bursting with Yuletide galore. The parents will nestle, all snuggy new sweaters. Mom was good and fair aisle. Dad likes plaid better.
Now, what should our ears hear wandering in but a holiday harmony? It's the Three Wise Boyz II Men.
Boys to men, 3 wise boys to men. Now check this out. Give leaves and jingle jandies. Give colorful pop pants. Then break it on down with the holiday line dance.
Season's greetings from Old Navy. Now, let's end this thing right.
Love me, Jordan Knight.
Okay, I want to bring up something here that's this is sad. So in 1992, when Boyz II Men joined MC Hammer's Too Legit to Quit tour as the opening act, their tour manager was murdered in Chicago.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
This was big in the news at the time, but I don't remember this happening.
No internet.
That's yep.
Yeah, you didn't know nothing back then.
So from that point on, their future performances of It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday were always dedicated to their tour manager, Khalil Roundtree.
Oh, yes. Okay, I do know that story. I do know that name. I do know that story. I just didn't know he was their manager. I thought he was a friend from high school for some reason, but maybe he is a friend from high school that turned into a tour manager.
Possibly. But yeah, I mean, that's really, really sad that happened that way. And I wonder if that influenced the video for the song at all. Because I remember seeing the video a long time ago, but I don't remember it.
They were in the green jackets with the jeans and the ties, the red ties, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
By the stairs. I haven't watched that video in a long time.
You have a good memory. Well, that's pretty sweet.
Wanye had the box cut.
I love the box cut.
I was obsessed with that man. Like when I heard that Brandy was dating him, I was kind of upset because like I was supposed to be, it was Monica, Brandy, and supposed to be Corella. Supposed to be
The
three
boy
of us.
is yours.
It was supposed to be three of us. Brandy beat me to him, and I was pretty upset.
Did he date both Brandy and Monica? No.
No, it was Monifa.
Oh, touch it.
Yes, I believe it was either Adina or Monifa. Somebody, it was one of those two. But I think they were like together, and he wasn't supposed to be with Brandy.
Ooh, let's look at his personal information.
Scandalous.
Yeah, because like she was young.
It doesn't talk about who he used to date. All it says is that he married Tracy Nash in 2002, that they have 6 children together.
Mm-hmm. But he got remarried now, and he has one other kid now.
Yeah, Amber Reyes he married in 2019, and Floyd Mayweather Jr. Was at the wedding.
Yeah, he continues to call this lady the love of his life, but he does not know me. Like, I'm really tired of the IG posts, but he'll get it together soon.
He'll figure it out.
He'll know.
He'll figure it out. Yeah,
That's right.
You should give him a tape, and then
I did. So when I didn't give it to him. I gave him a note when they were here at like a club in West Edmonton Mall, maybe Fever, and I was standing behind them, and I gave Nate a note while Wanye was just singing like oohs, like he was doing like a half an hour of oohs,
like warm up.
No, he was just they were just letting him go. They're like, he'll do this forever. So I like called Nate over and I was like, I hear you guys have a record label coming. He's like, yeah, it's not set up yet. I was like, okay, well, I can sing. And I handed him my name and number. And then they signed a Gatorade bottle. I had that here somewhere. I had a cleaning lady come in here and she put it in the fridge for me. But I had that bottle probably since 96.
Does it still have the Gatorade in it?
Yes. And I
That's
taped
how
it. It's
she
not
didn't
my
throw it
Gatorade.
out.
Huh?
That's why she didn't throw it out, because there's still Gatorade in it.
Yeah, because it's disgusting. And like the top is taped and it's not my Gatorade bottle. So it's somebody else was sucking on it before. And I found it and they just signed it because I had nothing else to sign. I didn't bring my CDs.
Sign this Gatorade bottle.
I had nothing else to sign.
That's hilarious.
So I brought it home and I was like, it's disgusting, but like
What
I don't
am
know
I
whose
gonna do
Gatorade
with
bottle
this?
it is. But I've had it here for like 20 something years.
Could you imagine opening that thing up right now? Like,
It's probably
been
still
going
drinkable.
Oh, that's disgusting. Like McDonald's fries.
Yes, it's probably like McDonald's fries.
I don't even know where that bottle is. That bottle should be here. It should be here somewhere. Did I throw out my own bottle?
No, there's no way.
You can't after all these years.
Hold on.
Okay, we will wait for this.
We're waiting
That's
for the
funny.
reveal.
Oh, yes.
Oh, she's got it.
Oh,
This is the Gatorade bottle signed.
All taped up. Yeah. Okay, where's the
There's
autograph on it?
Nate.
Oh, it's like
What's
in
that?
silver pen. It's like a silver Sharpie.
Oh, yeah.
And then I taped
Oh.
the top.
No wonder he couldn't even sign a label for you, so you could like cut it. Was there a label
Cut
on it?
off? Yeah, there's a label.
Yeah, because then
on
you
it.
could have cut it and framed it. But this is
I mean-
okay. This is great.
I wouldn't know what to do with it either. Like, what kind of psycho does this?
This is the best autograph story I've ever heard.
I love it.
I was obsessed. And then like I was obsessed too with Bassman. Loved him.
Let's talk about him, because Boyz II Men goes from 4 members to 3 because
Yeah.
he had to leave the group. Michael McCary had to leave the group.
Yeah, he apparently everybody. I remember guys were walking around with canes thinking that it was for fashion, and this man had scoliosis the whole time. Like,
Oh my God.
so it wasn't
He
for
is-
fashion.
I thought he had multiple sclerosis.
Oh, I thought it
He was diagnosed
scoliosis.
with MS. According to Wikipedia, it said MS.
Oh, okay.
So, but that makes sense with the cane though too.
Yeah, he had the cane the whole time, and everybody's like, I remember guys walking, especially like graduation.
Mm-hmm.
They put the top hat on and they had a cane. I'm like, bruh, this guy's like in pain. His entire
Are you
spine is
mocking him?
suffering. Yeah, his entire spine is suffering, and we're like using it for fashion.
Damn.
Shows how like clueless people are though.
Yeah, I mean, he pulled it
he's
off,
so
right?
cool.
Yeah, he pulled it off. It was great, but like, yeah, I remember though they had made some comments. I can't remember who had made comments about it. Because he did drop out, but I remember that they had made comments almost like he refused treatments or he could have done treatments instead of quitting. But it's like he didn't want to. But I remember that they did have an interview where they kind of alluded to, he could have done better for his health instead of just quitting.
There was a time where they said that he would be coming back to perform with them, but it never happened.
Yeah.
Right? They wanted to.
Yeah.
So his last album with the group was Full Circle.
Yes.
And that came out in 2002.
That's The Color of Love.
So 2003 is the year he left Boyz II Men because the back problems were becoming chronic from MS and personal problems.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, Arista terminated their contract and they took a temporary hiatus from the music industry. So it was very temporary, though. It was maybe only a year or so.
Yeah, because they came back. I think they started doing covers. They did the Motown cover album after that, and I think
that's a good one, isn't it? Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to talk about another thing they did. They made an appearance on an LL Cool J song called "Hey Lover"
with an Oilers jersey.
Sean Stockman's wearing an Oilers jersey in the music video, and I love it. I think it was right after they had been here too, in '95. You know how everybody gets jerseys when they come to Edmonton? Like I don't know, the Oilers Entertainment Group just gives all the celebrities all the jerseys, so then they wear them on stage, and then they get to keep them.
Well, at that time in I guess hip hop culture, hockey jerseys were hot. So that was like the thing. I had no business in hockey. I didn't care, but I have a Toronto Raptors or Toronto Maple Leafs jersey because it was on sale and I needed to be cool in high school. Because that was the thing. It was hockey jerseys.
But were you living in Toronto then?
No, I was here.
And why did you get a Toronto jersey?
Because it was cheap. We don't know the honestly, if you're in hip hop, if you're in the kind of urban culture scene, you weren't messing with hockey. You knew basketball, you knew some football, but you did not care about who the hell cares about hockey. Yeah. I live here, so I know Wayne Gretzky, but we're not obsessed with hockey. So it's just we saw some jerseys on people and
okay.
You rolled one pant leg up and you wore your jersey.
This story is hilarious coming from the anthem singer.
Don't kill me. I know, right?
Don't tell the Oilers.
Well, what's funny though? When I got a job later in life, I used to have to go to Vermilion and Vegreville and stuff like that. And I realized, they don't have me out there. So I'm like, how can I make this happen for me? So I actually wore the Toronto Maple Leafs jersey. Somebody got seriously mad at me. So I was like, okay, let me invest in an Oilers jersey. When you come with an Oilers jersey in the bush there, they started asking you questions that I didn't know. So now I had to go read the newspaper and be like, when they asked me now, I'd be like, oh yeah, man, Ryan Smith sort of go, I love Smitty, oh man. And I had to go do extra research now.
You have it written on your hand. Yeah, I like this guy.
Yeah.
No idea what his position is. No idea. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
right? I couldn't tell you a position of anybody on our team except McDavid, I think must be center.
Yes.
He's got to be.
Yes. I couldn't tell you where, what's that sexy man's name?
Ooh, Evander Kane.
That man.
As soon as you say that sexy man. It's
yes. I don't know what he plays, how he plays, whatever he plays. I just know that man is delicious.
He's a forward.
Has he fallen in love with you yet?
He's a winger.
No, see, we met in the hallway. We took a picture. It was brief. I didn't get a chance to tell him, like, we should,
You'll
get
leave
together.
You're gonna leave Wanye for him?
Wanya's playing the fool though, because he just got married, right? So
Yeah.
and he keeps saying this love of my life nonsense. So,
So I guess Kane's the next one in line.
Kane-
And
and
this
he's
is
right
how I
here.
talk about Jordan, isn't it? Is this what I sound like?
It's very similar.
He just
I don't know
doesn't
why I'm
know.
obsessed with Wanya. I don't know why.
Mm.
I don't know
I'm-
why,
I'm
but like,
Have you
loving
seen
this
those
conversation.
pictures of Evander Kane?
Is he naked?
He's naked.
Is he?
oh, and he's holding himself, right? Is he?
He's only got skates on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
What a thirst trap podcast this is.
I have nothing to do with this.
With the lesbian just is observing our thirst.
But I was the one who brought up the naked pictures, so I don't know what that's
Exactly
It's all your
right.
fault.
No, you want to know how I figured this out was because I was scrolling on Facebook at work, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like naked photos of Kane. I'm like, "I'm on my computer at work. Move!"
What should you have
Move
been
along.
doing? You should have been forwarding those to your friends
You're right.
Yeah.
next time.
Maybe I should have next
Or
time.
we could just, Google them ourselves because we have fingers.
I saw them.
I'm pretty
She's
sure.
like, I saw
it.
them and I saved them.
They're still in my phone.
They're
They're my
wallpaper.
desktop screensaver.
Oh, back to Boys to Men.
This
So
is
yeah,
like the going off topic.
that's just what's
Con-
fun. That when these conversations go off topic, that's what it's all about. It's good stuff. Are they a boy band? See, I never considered them a boy band because I thought of them as a vocal harmony group.
Yeah, I don't think I think they were what boy bands would like to be.
Yes.
Because I've always felt that like Backstreet Boys imagined that that's who they were.
Mhm.
And especially New Kids, because they're from Boston, and they thought they were like a New Edition, but New
Mhm.
Edition harmonizes and
Mhm.
and like and even in sync, I guess they harmonize and they actually have very, very good vocals.
Yeah.
In sync, but when I see like
Backstreet
Backstreet
too.
Boys, like even to this day, well, they have good vocals, but they're not like great vocal arrangements, I guess. They're just
the
kind of
arrangements can make a big difference.
Yeah, because if
Right.
I had
Right.
if
If
I
you
had
listen-
to compare, I actually think Backstreet Boys vocally are better than NSYNC in ways. But I can totally see what you're saying. Oh, 100%. I think that vocally they're better.
We have to do this
As a-
podcast one day.
As a whole, like because with
What?
oh yeah, with NSYNC, there's only two of them that are really standout vocalists, whereas like the
Justice for
majority-
JC.
No, Chris and those high notes, man. Like Chris and like the way they blended,
Eh.
like they were very,
What about
very good.
Howie?
Who?
Howie.
Howie. He did all the fall.
Backstreet.
I actually think Howie's falsetto is better than Chris's. Chris had the very
Really?
like nasally, like
I've seen
Okay.
very many performances of Backstreet Boys where it's just kind of like they're not great, they're just kind of offish. Whereas I haven't heard that with NSYNC.
They
Well,
each have
this
their
has to be a
own
whole
special
other-
qualities,
oh.
okay?
this has
Well,
to be
hold
a
on,
whole
Brian.
other...
Though, if you're listening, though, I love you, Brian. Your vocals are always on point, babe.
That's true. He is the shit.
I love him.
What was it we were even saying? Okay,
Tell
so
those rest of guys to get their things together.
yes, I believe that both Backstreet and NSYNC wanted to be like Boys to Men. They
Oh,
wanted to
100%.
be singers like Boys to Men, but they wanted to be boy band like New Kids.
Yeah, so they
I think
blended.
they had no choice but to be boy band, but New Kids.
And New Kids were very heavily influenced and loved New Edition. They loved them on their own even before Maurice Starr was part of that equation, because Maurice Starr created New Edition as well. If people didn't know that, living under a rock.
I knew that
I knew
because of
that.
you.
Kendra has no choice because I shoved this information down her throat.
And
all
what's
the time.
those other guys? What's those Move Me, Groove Me? His kid, Maurice Starr Jr.
Perfect Gentleman.
Perfect Gentleman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I had that. I
Ooh.
had that single. I had that
Yeah.
single.
Rated PG was the album.
Yeah. Oh, I loved Maurice Starr Jr.
I'm trying to get them on the show, but I can't get a hold of them. Damn it. That would be
See,
so
they
awesome.
have to be just chilling somewhere.
Yes. Perfect Gentlemen. And they okay, so Boyz II Men later on, they did go on tour twice in the 2000s with 2010s with New Kids on the Block. They went on I think the full package tour and the total package tour, because one tour was NKOTB 98 Degrees and Boyz II Men, and then the next one was NKOTB, Boyz II Men, and Paula Abdul.
Oh,
That's like crazy
So-
lineups there.
Those were good tours. Like that's how you do it. You package these groups together and you fill stadiums, right? You fill arenas.
Well, because you're bringing people in for like so many different people, not just the same. Like the mixtape tour that you just went on.
Same idea.
Yeah.
If you're a hardcore fan of any of those artists, though, it kind of takes away from seeing them, and you don't get to hear any deep cuts because there's no time for that,
Yeah.
because you're sharing the stage with 3-4 other acts. You really only have time to do your hits.
Yeah, that's
So-
true.
So that's the downside of those kinds of tours, but the plus side is definitely that you're going to fill more seats and there's something there for everybody, because a lot of us like all of those artists, so to see them all together is pretty awesome, right?
That's what I was gonna say. Like, at least that way you get like to see all the people that you love under one roof. Like, this is why I'm having such horrible FOMO right now with Pink and Brandy Carlisle being on tour together. I
Oh,
wanna go so
really?
bad. Oh god,
Isn't that
yeah.
a good tour? That's a great
Ugh.
tour.
I'm crying. I want to go so bad.
It breaks her heart.
One day
Yeah.
it'll happen. Maybe I'll be on tour with them.
Maybe. Yeah. Speaking into
Manifesting.
existence.
Yeah.
What do each of you think? And I love going for deep cuts on this. What do each of you think are one of their Boyz II Men's best songs? Doesn't have to be a single.
It's a tough
Water
one for
Runs
me.
Dry was my but 4 Seasons of Loneliness was one of my big ones. The extended one. Off the radio.
Mm-hmm. A song for Mama.
Yeah,
That
I
was
didn't
on
care for that
Evolution
one
too.
much.
They covered Can You Stand the Rain on the album Evolution too. New edition.
do I must have that one.
Evolution's the name of the album that has 4 Seasons of Loneliness and a song for Mama,
Yes.
Can You Stand the Rain. I like the song Can't Let Her Go off that album. But it also, there's a remixed version of it, remixed by Timbaland, and I like Timbaland.
Yeah,
So that was
Timbaland's
really
great.
good. I'm a big fan of that.
The one they released in 2000.
Okay.
Pass You By.
Yeah, I
Pass
see it.
You By. And Thank You in Advance. Thank You in Advance, I think, was written by the same people, if I'm not mistaken, that wrote. And it's along the same lines of On Bended Knee, but that song was so underrated.
I
It was an
am
amazing
hearting
song.
them.
That's actually my favorite album, is the one with all 4 of their names.
Okay. I'm
Oh,
hearting
love
those
it. I love
songs
Beautiful
so that
Woman.
they're
I love
my...
Step On Up. I love Good Guy.
I want to play a
Dreams.
clip.
Oh my God, Dreams.
You like this whole album?
I love the entire album. I can do all the harmonies on Dream, all the songs.
Okay, which of the songs off of Nathan, Michael, Sean, and Wanya should I play a clip of?
Oh God, there's so many. I Do is so good. I Do is like harmonies, and it's just like they play a beat, and it's just like all of their voices.
Okay, I'll pick one.
Thank
I'll
You
pick
in
one.
Advance.
You want Thank You in Advance?
Thank You in
Okay.
Advance.
Okay, we'll play a
Yeah.
clip of that.
Excuse me. I know we just met, but may I have this dance?
Sitting here with a drink in my hand, your presence I came to know. I must admit I like watching you dance, but it seems like I've seen this before. Girl, you look like my first wife.
Kendra, what do you think is their best song for you?
Well, I know that. Yeah. I was listening to yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Their cover?
Their cover of it. Yeah, I really like their version of it. Oh, which album is that one from? That's
Yesterday was on 2, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah,
That was the last song on 2. That's track 13.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I really liked that.
I was
that one.
obsessed.
Sure. Yep. Mine would be On Bended Knee because I like that it like modulates twice.
Modulation.
Yeah, it gets higher and higher.
Oh, that you'll like thank you in advance. You'll
Okay.
like thank you in advance then.
Okay, cool. But like I know that's a single, but then I would like the other one that I would have picked was definitely the Timbaland remix that I was talking about. I love that a lot. It's good. And the original Thank You off too. I love that song too.
Which oh, and I thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good.
That's harmonies again. That's what I like about it. It's like harmonies in a beat. Like, man, that's tough to do.
Did you know Sean and
This
Wanya
throw-
were in the house party song and music video by New Kids during the pandemic?
I knew this because she
Yes.
showed me it.
Yeah. Wanya's
Yes.
singing his ass off. His runs are
Yeah.
ooh, yeah, and he's holding his puppy dog and he's sitting by the fire in his yard. He's like, ooh.
That's great though. I love all the people in that.
Carrie
This wasn't
Underwood's
like
in that?
Carrie
This
Underwood, yeah.
man's voice. This man's voice is so like, I don't know why he's not up there with the great singers, and maybe it's because he's in the group. Because Nate is an amazing singer too, to be able to cover bass parts and the
Mhm.
high parts.
Mm-hmm.
But
Wanya is
Wanya
flexible.
just an impeccable singer. Oh man, that man, he's an impeccable singer.
I just want to make sure we cover everything. Here's a fun fact that maybe people didn't know. In 1995, Boyz II Men appeared as the backing vocalist on History for Michael Jackson's Grammy-nominated 9th album of the same name. So they sing the backup on the song History.
Oh, cool.
Oh really?
Hmm. I didn't know that. Does anybody else
I
have some
didn't know
fun facts they want to share?
Corella's gonna be married to Wanya probably within a year, I think.
I suspect it might take 2 years.
2
I
years,
may be
maybe.
a senior.
Okay,
I
next
may
time
be a
they're
senior.
here, you gotta meet each other and so he can fall in love
We'll
with
be
you
your wing
properly.
women.
So they're actually going to be in Calgary on August. Oh, so I missed it. It was August 4th.
Oh,
They
no.
were in Calgary.
Oh no.
Yeah, see, Wanya, I could have made it to your show, but I had to work.
She's
So,
playing hard to get.
I don't know why they were just randomly at that the Grey Eagle Casino. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
But they were there. I think it's either the 8th or the 4th. Can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it passed.
Mm.
And it was almost sold out. My friend looked about tickets and pretty much sold out. So I don't know why. I continue to say this. I don't know who books things in Edmonton, but we don't need some of the bands you're booking much anymore. We could
Some bands play here like every other month.
like okay, like I like this.
No names.
Is it Trooper?
Oh, I knew you were gonna say
Oh,
it.
no names. Oh, sorry.
Canada's
okay.
party band. I even opened
I
for
used-
Trooper. Anyone can open for
Did
Trooper,
you?
man. I did. In
I used to
Bonnyville.
work at Long and McQuaid, and that we used to get that rider. Had to be once a month for Trooper.
Yeah,
Hey,
JD was on the same stage as Trooper too.
Mm-hmm.
My wife.
Oh, serious?
We've
I,
all
like,
played with
we're
Trooper.
okay
Why
to
haven't
be-
you yet? Just kidding.
Me and Trooper?
Yeah, you should play with Trooper. You should.
One day. They ain't gonna
Okay.
call me after this.
They should do the remix. They need a remix
The
album.
remix. I
And I
haven't
think
heard
we
one
should
Trooper
do it.
song. I don't know one Trooper song. I don't know who Trooper is. When they told me about Trooper, I was like, "Who the hell is Trooper?"
That's
They're like,
fine.
"Oh, it's Canadian royalty."
And since this is a show about the 90s, we can talk smack about Trooper because they're not from the 90s.
Oh, they're not. I apologize, Trooper. You're probably like good people and stuff.
They're very
but,
nice
like,
guys. actually.
Yeah,
Very
I would be
nice.
too if I was getting rich off of like Edmonton. Like I would be the nicest person too.
Well,
Don't
to
come here
wrap things
angry.
up, I'm going to say this quote from Wikipedia. Of course, I want to make sure that we cover everything. So it says, Boyz II Men is among the biggest names in acapella and R&B. With what was called crossover appeal, Boyz II Men found themselves at the vanguard of the 1990s movement to take R&B back into the mainstream, where it had been back in the 70s. Their use of hip-hop beats in combination with R&B was not unique, but it was Boyz II Men's enormous success with mainstream audiences in putting harmony over hip-hop tracks that helped usher in the near total dominance of the R&B genre on the pop charts in the 2000s and 2010s. On January 5th, 2012, Boyz II Men were awarded their star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And if you want to learn more about them, check out the Netflix series, This Is Pop. They were the very first episode called The Boyz II Men Effect and their impact on the boy band scene of the 90s thereafter. Have you guys seen that documentary?
I have. Yeah, it's great.
I have no. I don't believe they're pop. It's sad to hear them say that they're pop.
It's like, well, the beginning of this statement is talking about how they revitalized R&B, right? And then they end it saying that the show was called This Is Pop. But they covered a lot of artists over that series. It's actually a really good series.
It's good. Like, I don't think it's mainly like focusing on pop. I think that like kind of more pop culture, popular. Like,
I mean, I guess that's what
culture.
it is, right? Pop culture is pop. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I get it, but it just sounds like so like because when you put like I don't want to call her name, but like I'm a slave for you, girl, and with with that name, with pop, right? It just kind of takes the whole category right down.
I love that. That's what you called her.
Well, I didn't want to call names, right? Like in case Brittany needs a backup singer.
Like nobody's gonna know who you're talking about with "I'm a slave for you, girl."
I have her book to be on the show this week, so
yeah.
Did you let her hear that? No.
Oh, homegirl,
dude. We ain't there yet.
But yeah, when you lump in like simple music like that, I guess, and like O-Town and like.
Yeah, like, but there's also like the subcategories of each genre, because like you got like when you look at pop music, it's such a general term, but like there's so much within the genre itself that's kind of on its own. Like you got like kind of more alternative pop. Like Billie Eilish is not really pop, but she is like an alternative pop, where like you got Green Day, they're not really punk, but they're kind of like a pop punk, like. Yeah. So like that's where I think that's where they would lie. They're definitely not lumped in with like O-Town and all of them. They're definitely on their own. They stand out on their own for good reasons. Like the boy bands, what they do is like good in their own element, but there's something completely different about Boyz II Men and why they stood out and why it shows in the sheer amount of like accolades that they have.
Yeah, I think they were what a lot of people wanted to be. I know you mentioned 98 Degrees, and I'm like, man, those guys really wish that they were.
Yeah.
Those guys really wish, man.
Yeah, I agree.
That they were Boyz II Men, and all of them, like everybody formed a group. I formed a group.
Many groups have been formed thinking, let's be like Boyz II Men.
Boyz II Men, Destiny's Child, like these are like the pinnacle of groups, and I swear everybody's been in a group. There's so many people that I know that started in groups and now they're popular solo, just not me. I'm not one of them.
Damn it. But don't worry, it's coming. We're gonna hook you up with Trooper. You're gonna do a show together and you're gonna take off. It's gonna be great.
You're gonna take off and then you're gonna finally be with Wanye.
He'll be back in Edmonton instantly.
I'll be back in Edmonton every week doing a new Trooper show.
I just wanted to get out of here. And then I went on tour with Trooper. And I came back.
You guys keep calling me.
Wanye's never gonna see me if I'm always gonna be stuck in Edmonton.
Yeah, like Trust me and Wanya, man. It's gonna work. If not, like I get like Sean and them are married and stuff. Like I appreciate them having wives. I really do.
Respect.
But,
We're all kidding and fun.
Yeah. If there's a proposal and she's still in the picture, then I'm not gonna
turn
say
a
no.
blind eye.
Yeah. Sorry, girl.
I'll do that for you too, Jordan. I'm just saying. It's not a problem. Anyway, it's been so fun podcasting with you. Your very first time on Dope Nostalgia. Thank you, Corella. I hope you had fun too.
I did. Yeah.
Good. We're gonna have to play one of your songs. We're gonna have to play one of Kendra's songs one day. Get me some music. We throw it up on the show. It'll be good.
Definitely.
Sounds good.
I have a SoCan license. It's all illegal.
Ooh, so I get money from it too?
Well, I hope so.
I get like
I hope so.
I get like 0.05 cents.
You do. More than you make off a Spotify play, I swear.
Oh, probably. Like my biggest check from those people, and this from around the world, was like $5.17, and boy was I excited.
That's like a million plays.
You could get a coffee.
It's a lot of plays.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
get
plays.
a coffee.
Mostly in Africa, but I could get a coffee. I don't even think I cashed the check.
The bank won't accept it. It's too small.
Like, what is this?
The bank fees is just too much for $5.
I know. This is going to cost us more to deposit it. You just take the check, ma'am.
Just frame it or something.
Don't bring that here again.
This means I'm a professional recording artist. See, I got paid.
Exactly. Excuse me, ma'am. Deposit this. I'm an artist.
Walk in really fancy, y'all, to the bank.
I should put on a prom dress and a tiara. Hi, I'm Corella. I'm here to deposit my SoCan check.
Drop your business card too.
A business card, some sparkles on the ground,
and then throw some confetti at the teller and walk away.
And have a speaker.
You gotta throw it up in the air like that.
Have a speaker with my music playing.
Please be that person when you go to the bank.
I want to watch.
I should do it as a prank.
We have to do these more often because this was a great time. Great time.
It was a blast.
I hope you guys had as much fun as I did.
Always.
You can lie. You can lie and say you did, or
don't kill me.
Just kidding.
It's always fun to sit and talk about Wanye.
It really was.
Like that, what? Come on, what? Timberland, what? Boyz II Men, remix, baby, check it.
I can't let it go, I can't let it go, 'cause I need the love she gives to me.
Say what?
I can't let it go, I can't let it go, and she knows that we were meant to be. First time I saw her,
Say what?
thought that I would lose my mind. Just had to have her. And I had to have her in my life. The way you make me feel is like no one I ever had before.
Say what?
The kind of love that make you and more, she's the one I adore. That's why I can't let it go. She gives to me. I can't let her go.
Second verse,
Social media, yeah, we've got it. Send us an email, dopenostalgiapodcast@gmail.com. Twitter, Nostalgia Dope. Or on Insta, dope_nostalgia.
This podcast is licensed by SoCan because we believe that artists should be paid for their work.